Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live sessions for tonight. Um, Welcome back to Pageant Mag Philippines live sessions. Yours truly, Don Dijan Isera, your pageant correspondent for tonight on behalf of Francois. We are live simultaneously on Facebook, YouTube channel, and please do subscribe and click the bell notification below. We are also on Instagram, TikTok, and other multimedia platforms. Um, Before anything else, I would like to introduce our guest for tonight. Um, we have been talking about much of the Hiyas ng Pilipinas. So our guest for tonight is a candidate from Carcar City, Cebu, in the person of Marla Alforque. So let's give her a round of applause, or some would say that a virtual applause. Yeah, welcome Marla to this live session on Pageant Mag Philippines on behalf of Francois.
Thank you so much, sir, and the rest of Pageant Mag Philippines for having me here tonight. It's such an honor and my pleasure.
Yeah. So thank you very much also for all of those supporters that you have who have been
Yes,
waiting. Yeah. Sorry for all that we have been delayed for like 30 minutes already or more than 30 minutes because of some technicalities. So I
yes,
am very much honored to have to have here tonight Marla. And she will be telling us about herself, about her journey, and so on. So if you have to all our viewers, if you have some questions, some comments or suggestions or anything that you want to say to Marla, please do put your comments on the comment section. It's in either platforms, either in Instagram or in the YouTube or in Facebook. Okay, so now we are going to ask Marla on like can you introduce yourself to us, like what's the journey, how the journey begins.
okay.
Yeah.
Good
Mhm.
evening, everyone. Mayong gabi sa mga Cebuano and sa mga Bisaya din ha. I'm Marla Alforque. I'm 25 years old and I am currently working as a public school teacher, and
Mhm.
I am the candidate of Carcar City for Hiyas ng Pilipinas 2022. I have been joining pageants for many years already, and this time it's different because I joined Hiyas ng Pilipinas not for my dreams nor for myself alone, but for my students as well.
Mm.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, sige. You have been telling that you joined the Hiyas ng Pilipinas for students. What is really in particular that drives you to join this?
Uh, because during the pandemic, I
Mhm.
learned to love my profession because honestly, this is not really my dream job. I dream to become a flight attendant. But
Mhm.
when the pandemic came, I realized how important my job is and how noble my profession is. And when the pandemic started, I reached out also to people who have a kind heart to help my students who are also struggling financially because most of their parents lost their jobs, and at an early age they have to earn money to provide for their family. And by that, I was really moved and touched. So as a teacher, my concern
Mm-hmm.
is how to help my students. Teaching them the knowledge is not enough. So as a teacher, what can I do for my students? So I started my program, which is Adopt a Family program, in which I encourage some of the private and public stakeholders to help some of my students, like, for example, in providing some financial assistance
Mm.
or providing them some groceries for my students, like that.
Yeah. Once a teacher,
But
always a teacher.
sir, I am actually teaching in a small school here in Carcar, and I am
Mm.
holding my class on a stage. I don't have a room,
Mm.
yeah, because our space is limited, and there is a problem with our land, something in the school, land title.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why
Mm-hmm.
we can build a another classroom.
Classrooms, yeah. So yeah, the
So
difficulty of the classrooms.
hopefully, if I win, I can uh, construct a wall, or put a wall on the stage. But right
Oh.
now, because Odette came, she des- destroyed my room, the stage. So right
Yeah.
now, it's an open space.
Yeah.
Maybe I
But
can
yeah.
be facelift. Mm.
Yeah, hopefully, no. Well, that after the storm, no, after the typhoon, we are picking it up. Well, slowly. We have seen that the government effort also, as well as non-government organizations, and of course, people are so patient enough to wait for their electricity, their connections, and so on. In
Yeah,
fact, the ayuda system is still have not people are not received yet, but still we are around. We stand, no. I hope
yeah,
that Carcar also is moving towards that. You have seen it there, no. Unlike us, well, I have seen also because I'm from Lapu-Lapu City, so I have seen a lot of difficulties. But I believe Carcar had a lot because the eye of the typhoon is very near to you.
yeah, yes,
Yeah, okay. So not much of that. Before we will be talking about your dream of building a wall on your classrooms and so on. Would will be interesting, like Marla, because during our initial talk I have already in my mind that I she's the lady who won festival queens and so on. So
yes.
can you share to us your journey of like a beauty queen journey, when you were like younger, or yeah, or how
Uh,
many titles do you have, how many, you know what I mean.
uh, Back when I was a child, I dreamed to become a model, not
Mhm.
a, a beauty queen.
Mhm.
Uh, During my uh, preschool, I was asked by my teacher, "What
Mhm.
do you want to be in the future?" And I answered, "When I grow up, I wanted to be a model." And then the next year after, I said I wanted to be a teacher, but I realized that I can do both. And then
Mhm.
I started joining pageant when I was in my high school years, but I focused on joining pageant when I'm already in college to also provide for myself because
Mhm.
I was not born with a golden spoon. I am also an independent student where in fact I am also a government scholar. I am a scholar of Governor Gwen. So if it's
Mhm.
not because of her, maybe I cannot finish college. So I am so grateful. And then after that, I focused on joining pageant. Then I joined pageants here in Cebu, like Miss Mandawe, anywhere, anywhere here
Mhm.
in Cebu. I also joined in Gihulngan, Negros, and then after that, I joined Sinulog Festival Queen back in 2017, and then I won. And then I represented Cebu in Reina ng Aliwan. It was a search for like the festival queens of all the festival
Queens,
queens
yeah.
around the Philippines, where I competed with Atisa Manalo and
Mm.
also April Smith. And then with God's grace, I won. And then after that, I joined Miss Philippines Earth in 2018, where
Mm-hmm.
I ended as a top 10 finalist. And then after that, I represented again Carcar City in Pasigarbu sa Cebu. It's like a festival queen also, a search for
Mm-hmm.
festival queen. And then I also won. And then after that, I joined Binibining Cebu 2020. Bea Gomez was my batchmate in
Mm-hmm.
Binibining. And then I won Binibining Cebu Heritage. Then after that, I took a break in pageantry to focus more on teaching. And then the pandemic came. And then after that, I and my team planned to uh, join another national pageant. And then during that time, I haven't figured out which national pageant. But then Hiyas ng Pilipinas came. So then I joined, I screened, and then I
And the
get this.
rest is history.
Yes.
Yeah, so very colorful pageantry, very colorful pageant life that you have. I really appreciated the people who really like, who have um the courage, every time you have the courage, you have because joining beauty pageant when you are already a queen of somewhere, it's like a total transformation because it's every pageant is a beginning. No, I'd rather call it every pageant is a beginning because you have to be you took humility in every pageant. No, every candidate took humility. You go to the audition area. You go to the people who are,
Screening.
yeah, screening and everything. So there's always I have seen a lot of girls, men as well as women. I have seen every person's attitude ba na it's really humbling oneself, to be a candidate of that particular pageant. That's why when I
Yes.
look at you now, um I really appreciated, your courage, and of course you're being Marla. When that's why I said when I asked you a while ago, I said I've heard Alforque, she won like this. No, I was there in Cebu City, um
Sports complex.
sports complex.
Yeah, I know that.
Okay, yeah. So there is a comment that in the comment section that I will ask about it. Leoj de Gracia Diaz said, "I love the background." So it
Ah,
anxiously me
you
to
know,
ask you, what are the backgrounds? No, yeah, what are the backgrounds?
yeah, I would before that I would like to say thank you to my team for preparing my background, and my background just shows how talented Karkaranans are, and these are the product of the young painters here in Karkar. So
Mm-hmm.
these just some of the paintings just shows how the industries here in Karkar. So I turn
Yeah, it's
around.
okay. Yeah.
These shows the Ampao vendors, and this
Mm-hmm.
is the Rotonda here in Karkar. Like if you pass by, you'll notice this place. And
Yeah,
then
Rotonda.
yeah, Rotonda. I'm sorry, I'm just wearing slippers. So here, this is also the bolo making. This is
Mm-hmm.
also one of the industry here in Karkar. And then the shoemaking. By the way, Karkar is not only dubbed as the heritage city of the South, but also the Marikina of the South by
Mm-hmm.
manufacturing shoes of various designs that truly captures the taste of local and international buyers. And this is me when we won Pasigarbu sa Subo back in 2019. This is me and the very talented dancers. They're all Karkaranas, and
Mm-hmm.
we are dancing the our own festival, Kapkapan. And then right here is our century old church in
Saint
Carcar.
Catherine.
Yeah, the Saint Catherine, the Alexandria, and also here the ballroom making. And this was once our um, mini hospital back then. So
Mm.
yeah, during World War or something. Yeah, I'm not that
Hmm.
accurate. I think the photo.
Yeah, very, very nice, no, to have that behind you. So it's not really, it's not only promoting yourself in this interview. I hope that we will be catching a lot of audience, a lot of,
Yeah.
we have a number of followers, but I hope that people also will appreciate and see the talents of all Carcaranons.
Yes, because
Uh,
we really are talented.
yes, I remember the ampaws of Carcar.
Yes, thank you so
Yeah, I love Carcar much before. I'm from Cebu. My uncle used to work there. I think way back in 1980s to 1990s. He is in the Department of Agriculture before.
much.
Yeah, so he used to work there, and then he transferred to our hometown and eventually died there. So I used when I was young, I used to go to Carcar, and immediately when we go home to the province, we get the ampaws. That time there was no chicharon yet. It's the ampaws.
Okay, I'm
Yeah, I
Pao.
think the chicharon is like in the late 90s, but before in the late 80s were the ampaws. No, so when we go there, it's really the ampaw. So very nice to see
Yeah, thank you.
artists. Very
Nice
nice to
talk
see
with
the
my background.
what's that? Very nice to see the artists as well as their work and then the effort of all your teams, no, and then the Carcaranons.
Thank
I
you.
hope that I hope that I can visit Carcar one of these days. No, I will
Yeah,
visit there.
sure.
Yeah,
Let me
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Whether
Sige.
you're
Together with some of my friends, mga taga Carcar. Okay, so I think that the question is there's a question on like what made you decide to join Hiyas ng Pilipinas? But it was
no.
answered already. Yeah. You answered it already because of your
Ah,
student. Yeah.
no. What made me decide to
Yeah.
join Hiyas ng Pilipinas na merong namang mas malaking pageant coming like Binibining Pilipinas?
And the miss,
Ah,
yeah.
I would like to answer that question.
Okay. Go.
I really do have plans to join Miss Universe Philippines, but
Mm.
I think that my height is quite short, so
Mm-hmm.
I only stand 5 feet and 5 inches tall. So maybe not that would really be a disadvantage for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because given the fact that most of the candidates in Binibining Pilipinas were like so tall compared to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was like yeah, you had already in your mind that height is a disadvantage on my end.
Yeah, for me,
But
for me,
I think the qualification is 5'5", right? 5'3". I'm
yeah.
not
But
sure. Something like that.
yeah, but I think I'll be the shortest one. Siguro maybe one of the
Yeah.
shortest
But you're
candidates.
still
So
young. I think you're still young. You're still 25, no?
25 and 27 is the age
Age
limit.
limit. Yeah,
Yeah,
for Binibini, I think, and Miss Universe Philippines.
and I'm turning 26 this year, so maybe
Well, only God knows. Who
yeah,
knows? Who knows?
maybe.
Yes, yes, yeah. So, guys, if you had if you had questions for Marla or encouragement, please drop your comments on the comment section, and so that we will be talk. And we, if you want to know more on Marla, please do so also, so that it will not be boring. Well, I will be asking Marla a lot of things. No, she might be telling me, oh, uh, the host already questioned that, asked that. Anyway, sige. I would be asking like, you've mentioned that you started your pageant journey when you were in college, no? I remember
I
yeah, in
started
college,
joining pageant in high
college,
school,
high school,
but
yeah.
I focused on joining
Focus on
pageant in college.
in college, yeah. So yeah, and then you've said that pageant was like also a
a
not
source.
really a source of income. I would not call, because you will not get a lot of income on that, but rather, yeah, a source of inspiration to you. I would rather call it to strive more. No. Um.
Yes.
What have you learned? Like, what particular learning experience in a certain pageant that you've joined, that you are holding it until now? What
It's
particular experience in your pageant journey, that until now you are still holding that, in that drives you really, that I will do this one, because I believe that I can do it, something like that.
when the best lesson I learned in pageantry is to always trust the process and
Mm-hmm.
to always keep your faith. And I learned that when I joined no, not Hiyas, I mean Reina ng Aliwan, given the fact that I competed with April Smith, who was also very beautiful and tall, and also at Lisa Manalo. They're very witty, also pretty. And then I also question myself why I won, where in the first place there were those girls who are also more deserving than me. But I realized that when you have faith in God and when you trust the process, everything will just come along your way. You know, God
Mm-hmm.
will always like guide you when you keep on asking Him for guidance, something like that. It's to always keep the faith, because no matter
Mm-hmm.
how tall the other girls are, how beautiful they are, but when like for example like me, the only strength I have is my prayers to God. And then when God will hear all your prayers, not will, but God always hear our prayers. When He works, it's really such a blessing. It would turn out a blessing.
Yeah.
Trust the keep your faith. Mm.
Mm-hmm. So I've learned from you, trusting the process, and of course trusting God.
Yeah,
That's the two things that you've mentioned: trusting the process and then
yeah,
trusting God. Very nice, um very good to imitate, no, especially in these pandemic times. Yeah. Much questions there. According to the one who asked questions, Leo, he mentioned that just trust the process and everything will
yeah,
fall
yeah.
into
That's the words.
place.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
everything will be
Very
falling.
nice, no? That
Yeah,
everything will fall in place
yeah.
if we trust the process, and of course we continue to trust in God.
Because I noticed that every time I join pageants, some of the girls would really want to win. They always put that in their mind, and I'm just like on the corner observing them. And I would love to tell them to relax and just chill, enjoy, and then pray. Because if it's for you, then it will be given to you. So that's it.
Yeah. Because, well, there is, because there is a common words of encouragement for those who are into pageantry, telling the candidates. I also tell a candidate, my candidates before this: you join in order to win.
Yeah.
Joining in order to win. That's a common knowledge that we have. That to encourage every candidate, we have to inculcate in their mind that you join that pageant in order to win.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
sometimes we forgot that in the pageant, it's not winning, but it's the process, it's the knowledge, it's the learning experience that the candidate might get into. And
Yeah.
then the winning is a bonus,
Yes. I
because
agree.
not all candidates will win, of course. There's only like 50 candidates, one crown. Not all
Mm,
will win, definitely, but all, if they trust the process, if they are moved towards the process and looking towards the process, and then they must have gained something. Not the
yes.
crown, but the learning experience.
Yes, yes,
But
that's it.
yeah. But
That's
sometimes,
very important.
but yeah, which is more important than winning the crown, no?
Yeah, because who like every time we join a certain competition, of course, we put it in our mind that we want to win, but
Mhm.
also sometimes we forget how to enjoy the moments, how
Yes,
to, yeah, it's
definitely.
enjoying the moment, it's trusting the process, something like that. It's and also
Yeah, and
praying.
that makes it more queenly, diba? If you will
Yeah,
win and then you enjoy the process, that's it. Then
mm,
winning without enjoying.
yeah. Or hindi ka na nga nag-enjoy, hindi ka pa rin nanalo. So,
Yeah. So
that's more hard.
you go home with with something like very heavy heart
Yeah,
or whatever because you did not enjoy the process because you focus only I will win, I will win, I will win. Then after all, it might not be for
you
you. The
lose.
crown might be. So eventually you will be, you know,
Yeah.
heavy hearted when you go home. At the end of the pageant, you will you will be hurting yourself.
Mm.
Yeah. So I really love our guest for tonight. No, Marla. We have
Thank
she had
you.
really a mind of a teacher telling us know the
Very,
process.
very,
Yeah.
very long.
Yes.
What else?
Yeah.
Oh, you guys.
Parang naging era ko. Okay. There's a comment from, yeah.
Oh.
Aloha from Hawaii, USA. I shared your live and you have a fan in Hawaii. Where can we follow you on your social media account?
Okay. You can search me on Facebook, Marla Alforque. My personal Facebook account is Marla Alforque, and also I have a Facebook page, Marla Alforque also. And on Instagram, my username is it's Marla Ke.
Yeah, I followed you on Instagram.
Ah, really? I follow
Yeah.
you later
Yeah,
after.
yeah. Yeah. Sige. Okay. There's a good question. As a candidate, you've been a candidate many times. How do
Mm.
you handle pressure? And can you share to us?
I handle pressure by just uh, being a candidate in a certain pageant. It puts a lot of pressure in you. But, like, for example, I don't want to be like, I don't want to have like a lot of people cheering up on me because for me that adds a lot of pressure. And
Mm-hmm.
however, I handle pressure by not like putting everything they said, everything other people said on my mind, like not putting it on my mind, and then I'll just play my game, focus on what my goal is, and pray. So that's how I handle pressure. I focus on what's my goal, I play my game, and then I pray. That's it. That's the three things I do in handling pressure.
That's good, no? Um, Something like relaxing, no? It's not
Yeah.
really that putting pressure on your shoulder, but rather,
Because every time people will like put a comment on your photo or say something on your photo or on the other candidates and then compare it to you, so of course it will add pressure to you, and then I prefer not to read it or to just not mind it, because if I like give a or if I focus on that, then
mhm,
I'll get distracted. So I try not
yeah,
to, yeah,
it would be
give,
better to control the pressure than the pressure controlling you.
yeah.
Hmm. Yes, very good. No, there's another question or a comment plus a question. You have similarities with our Miss Universe 2015 Pia Wurzbach. How do you feel about this?
Of course, I feel so happy. Back in 2015, when Pia won Miss Universe, a
Hmm.
lot of people messaged me and then tagged me in all of her photos saying congratulations, Marla, Pia, something like that. And then
Mm-hmm.
I feel so happy and honored at the same time. But sometimes I wanted to like build my own name. I wanted to be Marla, not Pia. I though it's really an honor to be compared to Pia, like how she looks like and how I also look like, but I wanted to like build my own name in pageantry. But it's an honor to be
Yeah.
yeah, to that we have similarities.
Yeah. To be not to be to be branded, but rather to be compared, no? To
Mm.
Pia. It's an honor already.
Mm.
It's a
But
privilege for a few like
sometimes
you.
pressure to me because Pia is already Miss Universe, and then every time I join pageants, oh, she looks like Pia, so they think that I will also win a certain crown. But in the end, like
Yeah.
if I fail to bring home a crown, and then they would start to say negative things. So it's not easy sometimes.
Yeah. But we have to remember that Pia made it twice.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's an epic for me. That's an epic courage that she had.
Yeah,
No, that
yeah.
we have to emulate ourselves. No,
If you
every
want,
candidate
try and
should have
try.
that. Yeah, try and try until the last time that your age will not be anymore be eligible. No, like taking a board exam. Try and try.
Luckily, I just took the board exam once. Thanks God.
By the way, you mentioned that you are a teacher. So you are an elementary school teacher or a high school teacher?
No, a secondary, yeah, high school,
Mm-hmm.
junior high
Teaching
school.
what particular specifically?
TLE, Technology and Livelihood Education. That's my
Uh,
major.
oh,
But
well,
I'm
well it's
currently teaching TLE, handling subjects of TLE, AP, and ESP. Araling
mm-mm.
Palipunan and Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao or
That's a
Values Education.
values education, no? Mm-hmm. So, TLE, but the senior high school in TLE, it's a may is there any specific major or just
I
generic?
know in junior high school, like we touch a lot of majors, like the branches in like TLE, like electricity, also have cookery,
Mm,
and then what's that? Needlecraft, yeah, and a lot more. Junior high school is different in senior high school. In senior high
mm.
school, they have to choose a track. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't learn much of that. Sorry. Yeah, there's one comment with your statement before the when we talk about your what you're teaching. Yeah, true. Listen to the one who matters and just play your game. Don't let the unsolicited advice ruin your game.
True.
Yes.
Some point.
Yeah, any comments on that?
Yeah, I agree. I
Mhm.
agree with what Kim Satweta said.
Yeah.
That's really my point.
Mm-hmm. Okay. One last question before we play something like a game to know better in a light mode, no? To know more better on Marla. So there's one more question so far here, then we will go back to that afterwards. There's one question. In this time of pandemic, what advice can you give to all Karkaranons? Quite difficult.
The
Sorry, Marla.
it's okay. It's okay. My message to all the Karkaranans is to restore your hope and strengthen your faith. For everything happens for a reason, and I know that um, all of us were struggling at this point in time when, especially when the pandemic came. So
Plus the
restore
Odette.
your hope, yeah, and plus the Odette, and then strengthen your faith, and then God is with us, and he will not let us struggle. And then if he's trying to teach us a lesson, I hope that we all learn from that, and that will make us a better individual. Restore your
Yeah,
hope and strengthen your faith.
really.
Mm.
Strengthening one's faith is very
Yeah,
strong
that's
words.
yeah, that's I think my advice, like
Yeah.
that they can use. Uh,
Yes. Yeah, for the benefit of all of our followers here on Facebook and Instagram and of course YouTube channels, Carcar City, where Marla is right now, is still on darkness. I, not really totally darkness.
there are some portions
Some
or places.
portions, yeah, because it is one of the hardly hit cities of Cebu during the Odette, uh, no, Typhoon Odette,
In our house,
last
we don't
December
have
17.
electricity and phone signals.
Oh, still, but
Yeah.
but well, can you say that it's like 50% now of Karkar are lighted? Not yet.
No, maybe 30, 30.
Oh, so
Yeah,
very less good, no? And then you also have of course the um communication, no, signals of telcos are not
phone
yet fully
signals.
restored, yeah.
Yeah, we're not yet there.
So that's why when we say advice to Karkaranons, of course we always heard, no, bangon Cebu, will stand up, will look for
Actually, this
more.
is a great opportunity for us to reconnect with our families. You know,
Mm-hmm.
oftentimes when we still have electricities and phone signals, we often focus on our phones. And this time, it's a great opportunity to connect with the people we're living with inside the house. So it's make
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, but yeah, I remember after the typhoon, like I think 3 weeks we don't have electricity here in the village. So I have seen kids playing around 5 p.m. with batulata. I have seen kids running around. But when
Yes, yes.
electricity came and
And then
signals are starting to came,
we stop
oh,
playing.
eventually I have not seen anymore. Like very few kids, those who are young enough, like when they had their stroller, what's that, scooter type of bike, then I can see them. But eventually the younger, the big boys or those who are like 10, 12 years old are not anymore um, playing outside, but inside. So very good observation that you have mentioned that in this difficulty we started to reconnect, no, ourselves, our
Then we
neighbors.
learn to appreciate the light of the sun, the moon. We started to appreciate their existence, because back then we were so dependent on the electricity, the light that it gives to us. But when that came, and then we start appreciating what God has given to us for free, and
Hmm.
great.
Yeah, it seems that we are more on a very formal, no, talking, but I really wanted to we keep I wanted to have it a more on a lighter perspective on we have a game, no, we have a game here in Pageant Mag. It's called Have You Ever Had. So the question are all mm, funny, sometimes it's kalokohan a little bit, but
Yeah,
yeah,
fun game.
you can say yes, you can answer if you like, or if not, then you just leave it behind.
Also do fast talk.
More parang fast talk, but but it's like a game. Have you ever had? It's like no to know more about yourself, to know more about your life, no, and you're being a candidate. Okay, here's my first question on like, have you ever had, no, Marla, have you ever had um skip classes because of friends or because you went somewhere or because of something else?
Yes.
Oh, like
In college,
talk.
I
Can you talk more on that?
I often cut classes back in college.
Oh.
With my friends and do some chit chats, and then we would always ask our classmates who were attending the class to
Mm,
tell our teachers that we're not feeling well, and then our teacher noticed that we're always skipping class. Me and my friends were always skipping class, and then that's why she called our attention that time back in college. But I changed. I still
mhm,
graduated with honors.
mhm. Good for you, huh?
I think those were just part of, growing
Growing
up,
up.
experience those
Mhm,
things. And I shared it to my students. I know it's not
mhm,
good, but at least I learned something from it.
mhm. Okay, next question. Have you ever had worn your brother or opposite sex shirts or basketball shorts?
Yes, I
Mm.
tried. Yeah, and this is like I've been holding this as a secret. I also like um I have my brother is not using his underwear. It's new and then he's not using it, and I love wearing briefs because it's more
Oh.
comfortable than yeah. So I wear it
Yeah,
during
but
my
some people would say some guys know I've known a lot of guys that they said that they are comfortable wearing women's underwear.
underwear.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm much comfortable wearing men's underwear. Also, most
Uh,
especially during my red days. So it's
uh,
cool. So I've tried wearing their shirts. I have three brothers actually. Hi Mark,
mm.
Tito, and Mike.
So you're the only women, only
No,
female.
I have a sister, but she's
Mm-hmm.
working abroad, and we're not that close. Hi.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you can greet her. You can greet her. You should.
Hi, ate.
Yeah, I would like to greet also. I would like to greet your ate, and I would like also to greet my sister, my only sibling. My sister, she's in the
Take
US.
care of
We're
you.
not close also. My ate, she's in the US. Ate Teresa. Ate.
We have different
Hi.
perceptions in life. That's why. But I respect her.
Uh,
I love her
yeah.
because she's my
So you're
sister.
five
Sister.
siblings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then my father is turning 68 on Friday. So happy birthday, pa, advance.
Yeah.
He means so much to me. I love my father so
Mm-hmm.
much.
So
Hi,
you are.
Marites. Mama. Mama is very Marites.
Yeah. I really enjoyed having you here.
Yeah. My mama is very Marites.
Mm.
Uy. But
Sige.
I don't know if she can watch this video, but I'll try. Maybe if she can travel here. Hi,
Oh, your
Ma.
ma.
Yeah, if you can
Mm-hmm.
watch this. Because we don't have electricity at home and then we don't have phone signals.
Yeah,
So,
but well, this is a live session, but it's recorded, so it's always in YouTube and in Facebook.
Marites, anong latest?
So they can watch you repeat, review and repeat it again.
Yeah.
Okay, sige. Another question on have you ever
I'm sorry.
had
Session.
mm, mga light ba, no? Have you yeah, um have you ever had played like card games?
Yes. We do that at home.
Oh!
We do that at home. We play Tong It's, 41.
With family members, no?
Yeah, but like with money, we play with. But just for
Yeah,
fun,
because sometimes,
yeah,
yeah,
just
but it's
inside the house.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Hmm.
inside the house. And
Yeah.
sometimes we invite our neighbors when
Yeah, it's something like Yeah, but it's not really like that Cebuano term pamugasay no na
No,
sugal,
no,
but
no,
rather
no.
it's like a game.
Just
It's
for
like a
fun.
game, yeah, yeah. Just for fun, like in the while we are in a wake, something like that. Cebuanos are fun of those things.
But right now that we don't have electricity, so we often play those games like cards, and the children were playing outside because we
Mm-hmm.
don't have electricities and phone signals.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we knew Marla on her other side. Not
The
only
other
the
side.
beauty mo side of Marla, the other side of Marla, the lighter side, no? Kilig na kilig at saka bubbly kaayo, no? I really appreciated your honesty. Very bubbly. Okay.
Other.
Oh, gusto kong ano, after this last question, I will read with another comment. Okay, last question on have you ever had? Parang mura ba kuyawan na ni si Marla kung
Yeah.
ni Don di uy. Sige. Um most of your beauty pageant and your festival queen quest, no? It's for me it's a total different scenario man god, no, the being a beauty queen in a normal beauty pageant and then festival queen. um
Yes.
have you ever had the idea that being a festival queen is very difficult? Ever had that? Have you ever had in your mind ba na it's mahirap ang festival queen because I need to dance rather than the beauty queen that I need only to show what I have.
Before, because I dreamed to become a festival queen, maybe that was 2012. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
2012. And then I became a festival queen in 2017. I At first I didn't thought that being a festival queen is hard. But when I started carrying my costume, which weighs maybe 25 kilos,
Wow. And dancing.
yeah, and then dancing, you need to carry it. Like the backpack alone weighs 25 kilos, and then the dress, the skirt weighs maybe 10 or more, and then when you see it, it vacuums, so it's hard to stand again. And then if you started dancing, so that's where you can say that it's hard to be a festival queen. But overall, it's all worth it.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
dancing is for me. It's not hard because I really love dancing. Do you want
Y-
sample?
Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Just a TikTok. I tried that earlier, but I wasn't able to do that. So maybe after this session. So catch me on TikTok. Follow me, guys. I only
Yeah.
have few followers on TikTok. And also, by the way, he has ng
Yeah,
Pilipinas.
we will be encouraging you to post you in face.
Yeah, yeah, created
Yep.
their TikTok account. So please follow also Hiyas ng Pilipinas official TikTok account. Nasingit ko rin.
Yep, we will, of course we will, and I hope to see one of the activities of the Hiyas and Filipinas. They will be inviting Pageant Mag Philippines, and since I'm from Cebu, so I will be joining most of your activities.
Oh, great.
Okay, so here's a comment that that very encouraging, and I hope that you will also uh, give your comments on this. A beauty queen with a heart. That's
Oh,
Marla. She will always win a crown because of her true character that sets her out from the rest.
oh,
From
emotional.
Danilin Paraiso.
No, she's my school head. She,
Oh, what
it's
school are
only
you? From what school?
Talut National High School. Hi to my students. You're very
Oh, Taluot.
multitalented here.
Taluot National High School. It yeah. Taluot National High School is
Yeah.
near not here in San Fernando, no?
No, not. You pass by like Gaisano,
On the
the
opposite
road
side. Ah, okay.
Gaisano, and then maybe 15 minutes lang and travel time. Then you'll reach Talot National High School.
Towards the interior, not coastal.
Sir?
Towards interior of Karkar, the Taluot, not the coastal road.
No, just a coastal road, I think. Yeah.
Um,
Mm-mm. You'll pass
yes.
by like our school when you're like traveling to Aluginsan or going to Aluginsan. Yeah,
Ah, yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Mom Dan. She's very young, actually. She's very young. She's only, I think, 27 years old.
Oh,
And
very
by
young,
the
huh?
way, our school became the most outstanding school in the
Mm.
whole Region 7. And she's also the most outstanding school head in the whole Region 7. So, congratulations,
Wow. Congratulations to Mom Danil. How would it? Danilin Paraiso?
Danilin. Yeah,
Danilin.
Danilin
Yeah.
Paraiso.
I, I do I have a classmate in my doctoral in Talaot? I'm not sure. But they may be in senior high school.
Mm-mm.
Gantuang ko. Well, yeah, maybe.
And,
Here's another. Okay, here is now your make or break question on Karkar's um tourism. If we visit Karkar City, saan mo kami I'll show it. If we visit Carcar City, saan mo kami dadalhin na ma-promote natin ang turismo?
I'll bring you to first the our century old church, the Saint Catherine de Alexandria, because I'm a very religious person, and also the if I'll take you there, you'll see how religious Carcaranans are, and then I'll also bring you to our museum and to our old or century old houses here in Karkar, because we are known as the heritage zone. Like President Rodrigo Duterte just signed a Republic Act. I'm not that accurate of what number or RA number is that, but he just signed or passed a bill of saying that Karkar is already the heritage zone together with Ilocos Norte or Sur.
Norte, maybe. Yeah.
Norte.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you're in a heritage
Zone.
area,
Yeah.
zone.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, just 2 weeks
Hmm.
ago.
So the plaza, the Carcar Plaza, I call it the plaza, or the rotonda there must
Mm-mm.
stay. I'm happy to know about it. So I will not be hearing any more
So our
trees cut
task is,
downs.
yeah, our task is to preserve what we have, like for century or for many years already. So we have to preserve it. Like most especially the old houses here in Karkar, the acacia trees.
Hmm. And the houses, of course.
Yeah, and I also bring you to our public market so that you can taste our delicious.
Sean. Yeah. So Karkar really had a lot of things, no, to
Yeah,
to brag
we have a
around.
lot,
I would dare say the
and also
uh
the
the people,
Karkaranos.
of course, no, the people of
And
Karkar.
when you
Very
visit
warm.
here and then you message me, I'll tour you around and so that I can show you who I really am. I'm not that strict. I'm also very jolly and very Becky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. One of these days we'll visit Karkar, no, when
Yeah,
hopefully
you message
after
me.
no more Omicron,
Yeah.
when no more Omicron, or after our booster shots, then we can visit
And also,
Karkar.
I'll take you to my school so that you will see how Yolanda, no, not Yolanda, how Odette
Odette.
destroyed my school.
Yeah, yeah, and help around, hopefully. Yes, so yeah, so y- your G Carla did mention that she will bring you around to visit her the church, of course, the century-old trees, the houses, the plaza, and the market,
Public
and the
market,
schools, and
or
of
also
course,
here in our city hall, it's very big, and
yeah,
we
the
have
new
the
city hall, no, the new city hall, very big,
yeah,
and the new area. I think our car now is like expanding your population, something
yes,
like that, no?
yes.
Because it's
That
quite traffic,
shows how, yeah.
but it's getting into more of tourists now in Karkar, and a lot of people are really residing in Karkar. You are now a
And
city.
it's nice to know that some of the Carcaranons, like those who are really truly blessed with some natural resources, they are already developing their place. So it's good.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah. I forgot to mention the ICAR shoes. The
Yeah.
shoes. Yeah,
I
the shoes.
actually have or launched my shoe line. That's Marla Shoes PH. I sell shoes
Hmm.
and yeah, for both men and women. But right now I stopped.
Why?
For some personal issues. Because if like I have to make a reorder and then they like the manufacturer would ask me to have like bulk orders. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
yeah, and it's hard.
yeah, yeah. It's really hard. Same with me. I started my apparel, the DJ apparel, the Don Dijan apparel. I started that Don Dijan apparel. It's a gym apparel for specifically for men, and then I started with women, and it's quite difficult because when we reorder, it should be in a bulk. So,
Yeah, and also if I can make sing it, since uh Valentine's Day is fast approaching, I am also
yes.
making bouquets of flowers. I do have like M creations. I personally make bouquets of flowers. So if you want to order, guys, for Valentine's Day, you message M creations.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, no? It's a one-shot interview, knowing about Marla and knowing about her
You
business
know,
or her, yeah, life.
honestly, I am not that into arts. I am not creative. Like I just learned how to arrange flowers and make bouquets of flowers when the pandemic came. So I watched
Mm,
YouTube and then after that I learned. And then I
mm-hmm.
started my own business. That's M Creations.
Yeah. So guys, please support Marla on that.
Actually,
No,
when Kifaya mentioned in her interview that she received a bouquet of flower, I also made her a bouquet of flower. Like someone ordered from me and
yeah.
I it to her. Hi, Kev.
Kifaya is from Karkar? No.
No, she's from Sibunga. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah.
the
The next town, no?
yeah, the next town.
Next
Yeah.
town. Yeah. Actually, I scheduled interview for Kifaya, and I'm the one who really pushed her interview, but unfortunately I have disconnected. I was disconnected that time, so it was
Mhm.
Francois who really did the interview. And yeah. Yes, he's from Sibonga. That's why I have common friends.
She studied here in
Yeah.
Qatar.
Hmm. My first cousin, because the one that my uncle did mention, they settled in Sibunga. So that's why I had a common friend with Kifaya with my first cousin.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Canilias of Sibunga.
Mhm.
Okay, so what we have learned from Marla, it's not that difficult to dance. Being a candidate of festival queen is not that difficult. And then we have also learned that she
It's
had
just that you
her
have to learn.
line, and she because of the pandemic she learned how to do flower arranging and so on. So you know, making out of what we had, no,
Yes,
learning things, even though you've mentioned that you are not fan into art, but being able to arrange flowers, it's not that easy, of course. I know. I tried because I wanted to become a florist, but that's not for me. It's like, it's not
yeah,
my gift.
yeah. It's, I think, if it's not really for you, then it will not work.
Yeah.
No matter how
Well,
much
yeah,
you watch and how many times you do practice, if it's not for you, it's
it's
really,
not really for you.
yeah.
Because yeah, when I was in Japan, I studied the art of like flower arranging there,
Mm.
because it's part of just to go around on weekend and learn something, but it's not really for me. I was bored on like arranging those things.
Maybe you were born for something like better, di ba?
Yeah, different gifts, no?
Different,
Maybe
yeah,
different
different.
gifts. Yeah. Okay, so we solicit some of your questions, some of your suggestions from our followers, from our friends and friends of Marla also. Before we will be talking on her advocacy and her Hiyas ng Pilipinas live. Okay, sige. So now, wala man. Um,
Wala.
much more questions.
Basin tulog ng mga tao.
Balik tuloy ng mga tao. It's still
Matapos na.
9:38. Yeah, some of your friends. But anyway, we'll talk about your Hiyas ng Pilipinas advocacy. What is your advocacy really and like,
Because
you
I'm
know?
a teacher and I am really into the fields of
Mhm.
teaching. My advocacy is providing school paraphernalia to students who are learning in remote areas.
Mhm.
Because I find it very difficult for students to learn when there's like not enough um, resources, you know, like not having internet connections or computer sets in the school or even like books in the school. So it's difficult for them to learn. And
Mhm.
also, like, yeah, the things they needed for learning. So it's very difficult compared to those students who are learning here in like the city.
Mhm.
So I find it very important.
So that's good advocacy, no? And then it's not only to have that advocacy while being a candidate, but rather it would be a
Yeah,
life
candidate,
journey, you know.
yeah. Compared to other candidates, like they have to think or to compared to other girls, not in Hiyas only, ha,
Mm.
but
Yeah,
to,
in every pageant.
because when you're in a certain field, you'll truly get to know what they really needed. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I highlight in my advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
providing school paraphernalia.
And it's a life advocacy, not
Yeah,
only for pageant, yeah. Because you're a
yeah,
teacher, so you have seen difficulties, you have seen um our generations nowadays, specifically those who are living in the far-flung barangays. They
yeah.
don't have
And then maybe a lot of people notice like me asking for like help or
well,
those in their hearts. It's for my students, huh? Not for myself, because some would say, "Oh, it's for your own benefit only." No,
no.
it's for my students. Honestly, honest to goodness, it's
Yeah.
for my
That,
students.
that's why every pageant is and every like this type of industry, it's our platform, no, to be
Yes,
to become a person, an ambassador or an influencer, in
and
order that people will be aware. Yeah.
yeah, and good thing Hiyas ng Pilipinas is looking for a woman who is empowered and who has a sense of leadership and can do community service. And good thing that I'm already doing those things. So that's great.
So enjoying
I don't.
of everything, no, yeah,
Yeah,
what you had.
yeah,
It's not anymore like new to you and new to people, but rather continue the journey of being a beauty queen, of being a teacher, in helping people, of you know the
Yeah,
total package
because like
of
if I stay
Marla.
like in teaching, like as a teacher alone, and then I'll tap people or I ask for help, so maybe I can only ask few people, and then a few personalities, and then if
Mm-hmm.
I join pageants, I have a wider arena.
Yeah,
I can ask a lot of people to
yeah,
help me in my cause.
yeah. And of course, every pageant is a platform.
Yeah, and that's the
Th-
importance of pageantry. That's
mhm.
the essence of pageantry.
Yeah, that those with those our advocacies can be heard, and people who are not aware of what we are doing will be able to help or will be encouraged, or they can through channel their goodness to us,
Yes, yes.
and lead it to the one who is really in need, especially the young generations.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have been talking already an hour. No, we have less games, but we have talk. I have enjoyed a lot, but it seems that we need also to relax. It's Sunday tomorrow, and it's 9:43. So yeah, so before anything else, do you need please do you want to say
Ah,
something,
yeah,
invite people, your social media account, anything that you wanted to say specific, especially to your sponsors, your friends, and those who have been with you helping out your journey. You may do so now.
yeah. First, I would like to say thank you to Sir Nats Rojo, Yugi, Daniel, Januel, and Keanu for my makeup and for preparing everything, and also for to our city mayor for allowing me to use the certain office here in our city hall. And also, I would like to invite everyone to please follow the official pages of Hiyas ng Pilipinas. Like follow Hiyas ng Pilipinas on Facebook and Instagram account. Their Instagram account is Hiyas ng Pilipinas and also on Facebook. And they also have TikTok account Hiyas ng Pilipinas. And please do watch our coronation night on March 27 at the Waterfront Hotel and Casino. So that's it. And also, you may follow my account on my official page on Facebook, Marla Alforque. Just don't add my personal account on Facebook because I limit to like people who I really know. Also, if you follow me on Instagram,
Instagram.
please do send me a message so that I can follow you back. Kasi maarte ako. Char!
Ah, thank
No,
you very much. Yeah,
thank
I enjoy. Thank you very much, Marla, for having you in this show tonight, and being so generous enough to give your time to us and to
yeah.
all of our followers,
And thank
national,
you.
international level.
I
Yeah, thank you
hope
very
you
much.
guys would include me in your prayer intentions.
Yeah, of course, of course. Wishes,
Yeah.
dreams, of course. So for all of you, you can also follow our Facebook page,
Yeah.
Instagram, and TikTok channels. Yeah, for Pageant Mag Philippines updates, for all updates specifically for Hiyas ng Pilipinas. This is Don Johnny Estrella. On behalf of Francois, you can follow also my Facebook and Instagram account, Dondi John Estrella. So thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Have a
Thank
good
you so
night,
much.
everyone.
Good night.
Yeah, good night.